and welcome to Cup of Rad. I'm your host, Mike, and this is episode 68. Hey, Katie, what are we talking about today?
Hi, Mike. Today, we're going to catch up on all the 2019 movies that we have not reviewed yet. It'll be exciting.
On this episode of Cup of Rad. Okay, so we're not a soft rock station, but what we are
We
is
like
we're...
to pretend to be once in a while, like,
What?
you know.
Hello there.
We haven't heard that for a while.
So this week, it is episode 68. This is a 2019 mega review. Movies we didn't catch in theaters from last year. This is like part 2 of our series of it.
Yeah.
We're just rolling on down the road.
Slowly trying to catch up on some things, and we kind of stored it all up, so...
But before that, it was Toy Fair this weekend.
It was Mike's most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's been really weird hearing him sing that this weekend and not being like, dude, it's not Christmas. I'm like, no, he's just happy.
Well, it's fun to see everything because in New York, if you don't know, they do a big toy fair. And it's where all the companies come together and they show off what they're hoping to sell us in this next year.
Well, I know what you love about it is it's not a trade show. It's not for sale.
Well, it's not a con.
Yeah,
right?
all it is just information.
It is a trade show, right?
Yeah, but it's not a retail place. It's just for information for future information. And I know you thrive on that. You love the news aspect of things.
Yeah, I love the news aspect. I love seeing all that. That's like one of those things that would be just amazing to be able to go and just see all the new stuff that's coming.
Yeah. So
right? Share
our podcast so Cup of Rad can be at the New York Toy Fair.
I need my press pass, yo. I'll Clark Kent it up.
That would be fantastic.
With my little badge, and I'll be all like, excuse me, Cup of Rad news.
You have the glasses for it and everything. No, seriously, he has glasses that I see him wear so infrequently. They're super Clark Kent glasses. Like, it's like, whoa, where'd my husband go?
On, off, on, off.
It's fantastic. Anyways, go ahead.
But there was quite a few things. You know, it was one where I saw a lot of things, and I posted a lot on our Instagram and even our Facebook page. I think for myself, NECA was the clear kind of like standout winner this year.
Yeah, that's really what you've been talking about.
Because we got to see that they're bringing out a ton of their animated turtle line, which is Target exclusive for you guys in the States, Canada.
We don't know how we're going to get it.
EB has some of them, so we'll see what happens. I'm still waiting on my Rocksteady and Bebop. The date has moved 3 times, but... They look amazing. You know, there's going to be a deluxe metalhead, Krang android with body.
I could really care less about Super Shredder, honestly. Like, I don't have a connection to it from the movie, but the figure looks amazing.
Yes. So
I'm having a hard time not being like, but it's awesome looking.
Walmart is getting the 90s Turtles movie line.
Yeah.
And Super Shredder is coming. And I think that'd be really dope to have. Like,
I wonder if the actually... like the ones for retail will have that deep purple on it. Like, will it transfer?
I don't know.
I mean, because they're always going to look nicer for their prototypes. And like, that's what I love about it is that shading and that it's just such a pretty purple.
Right?
And
it looks better than it did in the movie.
Yeah.
And because think now you could finally actually I can relive those childhood moments if I get it of having the Turtles and Super Shredder fight.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we watched that movie again and I had this whole thing. I was like, oh, I can't wait till you get to see Super Shredder, kiddo. And then nothing happened, right?
You're like, I did all that in my head. He's like, Dad?
Yeah, right? So Tonka and Razor coming to babies! Yeah. And we're finally going to get Casey Jones and Raph in Disguise as well. So the Walmart gets the live action stuff. Mm-hmm. They've worked out a deal with them for the States. And yet again, EB Games in Canada has been kind of where we've been getting it. If they come up here. So that was one of the things I was really excited about. And then we found out that they are going to be doing Back to the Future.
Yes.
30th anniversary, which is fantastic.
That stuff looks really awesome.
These are the prototypes. It was the announcement. They're going to show more at Comic-Con in San Diego because it's supposed to be coming out in October. So that'll be fun to see. Besides that, there was a few Funko that I was really excited about. Mainly the My Hero stuff. Mm-hmm. Midnight's coming. Which I want.
Yeah, he's like, Katie, we have to pre-order that. Like, this is not even a question.
She's got a little whip and handcuffs. I mean, like, dude.
It's pretty fantastic.
So there was a few things that there were
Apparently, I've
cool.
also found a future cosplay for
right
myself.
There you go. And
have fun with that. And he's lost his whole train of thought.
And so but you know what was kind of thing though is I know it still goes until Monday, so new stuff might have come out after we record this. But besides that, I was like, that's it. Like I was waiting for more. I was hoping we'd see the Revoltech My Hero stuff beyond just the Deku and the unpainted All Might. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. So that was it for me, for my excitement. I can't even, like, the other year we'd had like a whole Romancing the Toy Fair episode where we talked more about it. I remember that. There was more exciting news. Like this year I'm a little actually underwhelmed. Yeah. So what we did hear though on one of a YouTube thing we were watching, that NECA was talking about how that whole coronavirus thing is actually causing problems with imports. Yeah, so maybe there's actually companies having some difficulties with things, so they didn't want to make promises. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, it's the reality of it, which is sad that they can't even talk about things that they want to do, even if things get delayed. Yeah. Was there anything for 112 at all? Was the Mezco 112? You talked about Mezco too. Which one did I talk about? I don't remember. You know what, though? I guess what we'll have to do is we'll just go check Instagram. No, like, I'm trying to think now, because, like... Oh, maybe you talked about... No, I was really sad. I was sad that I didn't see more. Nothing. Oh, because it was like Alien and Predator. Alien Predator. And McFarlane was talking about stuff, but that was about it, yeah. Yeah, like, Mezco they showed off their Alien Predator stuff, which was new. But besides that, they didn't show anything we hadn't even heard about. What about the Beetlejuice and the... NECA is doing a Toonie Terror. This really is just romancing NECA at the Toy Fair. Romancing the NECA. Hey, Randy, how's it going? But yeah, no... Yeah, they're bringing out Toonie Terrors, and Beetlejuice is part of that wave. They all kind of look like Scooby-Doo villains, which is pretty awesome. My hope is that with them having the Beetlejuice license for the Toonie Terror will maybe lead into an Ultimate Beetlejuice. Because I know that's like up there on my list of amazement. Yeah. Because everything that's been a Toonie Terror, they have made in some other form, be it their 8-inch cloth or an Ultimate. So, or fingers both. Crossed. Right? That's happening. But there was the Wonder Woman 112 was shown again. And there you go. See? And there was a Harley as well. The Harley's coming in March, April. Yeah. The Wonder Woman, the armored one, you've been waiting for forever. Yes, actually has another, it's delayed again, but it's another release date. But it actually doesn't say licensing approval. Yeah. So it is one step in the right direction. One step closer. Oh, you know what? I think the props too. Yeah, there was some pretty cool NECA's doing Batman props. I want a Harley pop gun thing. Right? Fantastic. Like, there's some pretty cool stuff. I think one of the things you thought about with Mezco was I said, I wish they would make some things. Oh, maybe. Too this weekend, right? You know what? Honestly, Mike gets so excited. And I've been actually really trying to listen to him because, I mean... Or just trying to stay away from me. But there was a few times where it became I was not awake and he's on his phone and... It's sure, honey, I'm trying to pay attention. I can't really see it. So it might have all blurred together. I remember listening to it, but it might have all blurred together. Not gonna lie. But if you're a toy fanatic, you'll check out all those sites and you'll find all the amazing things, you know. Yeah. At the same time, though, I've had my moment today. We were doing some cleanup and I was like, maybe I need to get rid of some more things. I don't know. We'll see. I'm streamlining the collection more. But you like focused. The news still, though. You just like the world having access to this stuff, and it's cool. Well, it's a glorious time to be a collector, honestly. It's never been... There's more for collectors than there is for kids. Because they know that kids don't play with toys. Well, then... Right? Yeah, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Yeah. But anyways, you want to roll into these movies? Yes, let's roll right into the movies. Okay, so here's a movie that we... knew we wanted to see, but we weren't quite sure we were going to see it. We knew we weren't going to go theaters because of the last outing of this franchise didn't really give us the radness. But I needed to see this because it was Statham. That's right, Adam. And The Rock. We're talking more about Katie's man crushes on Cup of Rad. Oh, wow. Apparently I've set a precedent for having man crushes on, So this was Hobbs and Shaw. That's right. Hobbs and Shaw. Now, Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. So weird. Like, as if people didn't realize. Like, really? I don't know. But, yeah, I wanted to see this movie, but I was not about to pay theater prices for it, let's be honest. Because, especially after the last Fast and Furious. Yeah, and I know the thing's just totally gone downhill. But I had to see it. And
I honestly enjoyed it more than I was expecting to. It was funny. I mean, it was still ridiculous. And
it's basically a live action cartoon.
Yeah. But I did enjoy it. It wasn't as insane and crazy as I was worried it was going to be.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They actually had the Transformers sound at the end when all the trucks connected by chain hooks, and it made the and then it started lifting up and it made that womp 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 as the helicopter pulled like 3 cars off an embankment as it drifted around a dirt track. And the Rock held the chain,
I love that the
Captain
helicopter
America
was
style.
not strong enough to move any of this stuff, and that the cars somehow managed to stay on the road as if they were completely defying gravity or physics. So yeah, you're right. Never mind. Well, see, it wasn't too bad until they got to the island, and then things got really. It was like a whole second movie.
It's because Fast and Furious is about family and reconnecting with family at its heart.
I know.
It's not about the cars and the car chases.
It was about the cars.
No, it never has been.
It was always about the cars.
Always the underlining, ride or die.
Oh, goodness, stop.
But yeah, no.
Okay, I digress. That was insane. So never mind. I thought I was going to be more irritated with Superman, dude.
Idris Elba?
But he wasn't as irritating. I remember I was laughing the most at the end chase with the, as you would pointed out, the Transformer sounds and the crazy car chain. That was
that one bike like split into 2 and slid under the bus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one. That was really intense. Where it's like,
it was a great action.
It was like Fast and Furious met Transformers.
Yeah, I'm full on waiting for the 2 companies to get together to do the Fast and the Furious presents Transformers. Because
come on, Universal could do it both. Can you imagine?
Right,
I mean, there we go. That's what
we're at that point. You may as well just do it and make $1 billion, right? Like,
why are you not making the $1 billion franchise?
The Rock, Statham, Vin Diesel, Transformers.
What do you got to lose?
They're transforming while they're driving, and then the not superheroes, the regular average man.
Oh yeah, Statham and The Rock are very average men. Yes, indeed.
And
says every woman ever.
Battles Megatron. The Rock will be out there, calling him a tickle picker or something, or
tickle pickle.
And then, there'll be tons of inappropriate language that is apparently PG-13 these days.
Right? Good gracious. There was multiple times in that movie where we both looked at each other like, oh, snap. Kiddo should maybe not be watching this.
Yeah, but then he reminded us that he hears worse on the playground, so.
Yeah. So that was Hobbs and Shaw.
It was ridiculously fun. Like, it was a silly film.
Yeah.
I would actually be more interested in seeing more Hobbs and Shaw and less Fast and Furious. Let's just put it that way, with how the Fate of the Furious went for me, myself.
Yeah. Well, to me, I still...
And the new one, hasn't sold.
No, I don't like it's continuing without Paul Walker. I think that they should have just taken the opportunity to wrap it up. Because it's just
gotten ridiculous since.
Yeah, it was a good dichotomy for that, and I think it's just...
And then the new trailer too for the new Fast 9.
It
the
let
Fast
so much
saga.
It had so much in the trailer that it should have not revealed in the trailer. Like, even if they had not said that he was his brother, that right there would have been better, because it still would have been like, who is this mysterious figure from the past that wants to kill him? Why have we not seen him all the years we've watched him grow up? Like,
yeah, they've gone full, like, it's like a Wheel of Morality, but like Wheel of Car Chase Explosions.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's taken him so long for the brother thing to come out of all of the stuff.
Because it's the saga. I wonder if it's the end. I wonder if they're gonna pull like an end, like a Star Wars thing, because it's the 9th movie.
No, I think they're gonna milk that for all it could ever be worth. Until it fails, it will still go.
Well, the DreamWorks series that's on Netflix is not doing super well, so...
Well, no shit. I'm sorry, but what were they expecting?
Spy car. See, they tried the Transformer thing without actual Transformers, and it's not working.
It just failed, yeah.
No.
Okay, what's another movie we watched, Mike? Let's leave this insanity behind.
So Ready or Not is another one we got to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Ready or Not is dark comedy, horror-esque kind of thing.
Yeah.
Idea that this girl marries into this family and she has to play a game, and the game turns out to be murder. So one of the reasons why I didn't check this one out in theaters was because all the trailers to me sold it as like the most dangerous game feel, and I was like, well, we've seen that before, like, you know, okay, well,
how exciting can it really be?
But I still wanted to see it because it looked like it had some humor in it. It looked kind of interesting. So we checked that one out, and
you know what? I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was going to be a simple story, straightforward, just like gory action thriller chase thing. And it was a lot more complex, and I actually really liked the twist of the story.
Yeah, it got into a bit more of a B-movie schlock at the end, which I was not expecting.
You know, it actually had a supernatural element. It was not, you know, it was this game, but it wasn't them just always hunting people. It wasn't a requirement.
It was like the first time in 30 years or something.
Yeah, it was this random. They had to just play a game.
Yeah.
And it was a cursed object aspect, and it just happened to be this problem.
The hunting,
right?
hide and seek.
And it was interesting to watch the people and
the changes.
Yeah, that they weren't all evil. They were just, unfortunately, greedy and afraid of losing their wealth and power. And,
yep.
Yeah. So
I won't spoil the ending if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I kind of it's almost new enough where I don't want to worry about spoiling it.
You kind of should check it out. I really enjoyed it. I laughed, and there's some like painful moments in it, but like
there was some really nasty
some good gore, and it has a good like empowerment story for the character as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely the ending was just like I would never have thought they would have gone there.
Yeah.
With the way the trailers were.
Yeah, we thought it was gonna be a different way, and then it was like, oh wait, no, they did actually.
Damn!
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I would recommend it. It was fun.
So far on our list, I would recommend seeing Ready or Not. It was just fun. If you need a schlocky B horror movie.
Yeah.
You know, totally worth it. Javainias, but I don't know how to sing it. But we watched The Lion King, the photorealistic version.
I love that, by the way.
It was completely animated, except for one photo still in the beginning. But so the rest was animated. Ba-da-ba.
So what did you feel like, Mike, the whole time watching that movie?
You know what? I thought I had just like taken a serious amount of drugs because I was like, everything about this movie is the same, but it's all real looking.
Like, whoa, Simba has fur.
It was, yeah, that opening scene.
Take some shrooms and watch that.
Was so spot on.
It was creepy watching it all, and you're like, oh wait, the birds are gonna come over here. Yeah. Oh wait, the animal's gonna do this.
Nothing felt different, and until you got to the hyena, like there was some differences. You know, and
but the whole first scene was literally shot for shot.
Yeah. So it falls into the category of the Disney remakes where I'm like, I didn't need it. Yeah. I didn't need it. I don't think I got really anything more out of it. What I give them is kudos for the brilliant technology.
It was beautiful.
And the technology at the same time scares me because now like National Geographic could make a movie and be like, it's a documentary.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that too. We're like, what is going to stop them from saying this is what animals are like in the wild?
Without the talking, of course. Like, but
oh no,
you know
no,
what I mean?
No. We're going to find out that animals can talk. But yeah, there's no way to really stop them, you know, from things.
From making everything up now.
So I liked it. Was beautiful looking.
Yeah.
It was definitely amazing, and I love the voice cast. They did a great job.
Yeah, they did a good job. You know, like it was.
But really, there was no. I felt like I got nothing else more.
It was one of those like 2 hours of like, should we have done this? Like,
yeah. I still stand by that Cinderella was the best remake of a movie because I actually felt like it was a different story.
Of the Disney live action.
Yeah. You know, everything else has been either trash or, to me, unnecessary. I'm so harsh, I know.
Wow. You just went for it.
I know. I'm not naming names. You know what? I'm super biased.
Oh no.
No. I love Cinderella so much more than I expected. Like, loved it, and apparently I will very much passionately feel that way about it. You know, Aladdin though, it also did give me there was differences.
Oh, I don't feel like I enjoyed Aladdin more than I enjoyed Lion King, because Aladdin at least felt like it was a little different. There were some unnecessary things in it, but
so I take that back. It's not so harsh. I'm gonna
rein it in a bit. Cup of Rage.
Wow, I know. I'm sorry.
Maybe we should stop watching the Disney remakes.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna zen out of my tea right now.
Wow.
But no, the Lion King. It was pretty, and I'm glad we just at least watched it.
Yeah.
But it was, to me, unnecessary. So
yeah, it wasn't. It was unfortunately.
But you know what? I did not handle the scene of him dying any better. If not, it was worse because they looked real. I was having a very hard time being the emotional mom cat woman that I am now, with having a very hard time, and I was like, no, my God, he's gonna die.
My babies.
Yeah, no, I did not handle that well. You know, Kiddo, whenever we watched Lion King when he was younger, he could not get past that part.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he had a very hard time getting past that. He did not like that part. It scared him.
Weird.
And I don't
even remember it, so he must have been watching without me.
He was younger, and then it took a number of years for him to finally be able to get past that. So it's weird that you don't remember that.
No, I don't.
That's strange. Okay.
But with that, speaking of more on Disney Plus that we watched that was useless, One Day at Disney. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call it out for being boring.
Oh my goodness.
And I was expecting it to be a little bit more about. Everything in the advertisement showed more about the people that actually worked at the parks, like the janitorial and the maintenance and all those kind of things that made One Day at Disney's magical. Yeah, more the everyday people that worked there. And it didn't have that. It had one or two stories in that whole hour. And I was not impressed. I was actually, it focused so much on Iger, and then it focused so much on the animators, and the ABC story was so long. Yeah. And we watched a lot of the shorts, and then we watched some of the shorts, right? Yeah. And then we go back to watch the regular one, and we're like, wait a second, this is everything just put together. Mm-hmm. It was a super jip for that. That was surprising. Yeah. Yeah. I don't recommend it. If they did one that was actually about the people that made the magic at Disney happen, the regular people that actually do the work, not the... heck, I want to hear about the landscapers. Simple as that, because they make magic happen by changing things and keeping them all up. The candy makers. Right? Those people have even artistry. Or the parade people, the performers. That would be really cool. I think it's fascinating. The train one was interesting. The guy that drives the train. That was magic. And right? that was the concept of how important he sees that train to be, and how he feels it so impactful. And that was a magic of Disneyland, right? But the people who do all those wondrous things that we don't even realize, but setting the ambiance at Disney parks, that's what I wanted to see. Yeah, and that's what I was hoping it was, and I was really sad that it wasn't. Mm-hmm. So the churro cart guy. Yeah. I want to see how it impacts him on how excited all the people are for churros. Just little things like that. Pretzels. Just saying. Dole Whip stand. Probably how much they hate how busy they are all the time. Oh my God, how do people eat so much Dole Whip? Pump it into my veins. I can take it. IV that right in there. Okay. Okay. Well, there's Disney for you. Next up. So we got to watch Taika Waititi's Jojo Rabbit. You have been so excited about this. I've been waiting for this one for a while. Yeah. And this one didn't even come to our main theater. It went to our because we would have gone to theater for this one. It went to the budget theater, and which is fine, but they played it at 4 p.m. So because that was easy. Way to set it up for success here, people. But it didn't play on the weekends. It only played 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. So Jojo Rabbit, Mike, was it everything you hoped and dreamed it would be? I really liked it. I really liked Jojo Rabbit. I liked the message that was in it. It was funny. It had some highs and lows in pacing. It was really, really interesting in the beginning. Then it kind of teetered down a bit, and then it got interesting again. But that wild kind of dark satirical comedy that they put in there made you kind of feel weird for laughing, but
like, why am I laughing with Hitler?
Yeah, right.
This feels weird, but you know it's not actually Hitler. It's a 10-year-old boy.
Imagining, but at the same time, the things he said were so bad, and you were laughing at the fact that he was actually saying them, and that idea of the propaganda machine that creates everything to make people believe these things.
Well, it's that concept
was like.
Well, yeah, because like that probably happened in Nazi Germany. The insanity that they were spewing about the Jewish people.
Yeah.
That,
they hang upside down and they
bats
drink
and
blood
demons and they're like all sorts of just crazy stuff. And you're like, wow, you sound so positively set with your ways. Like, this is real life to you.
Yeah.
And it was just a weird sense because, you were laughing with the Nazis, but you're like, you sound like idiots.
Right.
And then you see that all of this is just infiltrated into their world. And then it was, I don't want to use the word sympathy, but then you have a slight understanding of mob mentality, and it has a bit of a feel for nowadays even too, on how easy it is for that to
the movie
happen,
is
right?
so socially relevant right now.
Yeah, and it's
what's
disturbing.
going on.
It's super disturbing.
What's going on in some climates.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think how so many people drinking that Kool-Aid and
the peer pressure for things.
Exactly.
And that
too,
the
right?
worry about the patriotism. Like, if you don't believe in this, then you're not a patriot. This is what we're supposed to be doing right now, and you shouldn't question it. Yep. And you have to just believe whatever lies that is in your bubble. And when you step out of line for that, you get punished for it. And it's just, it's a disturbing social relevance right now, right?
Yeah. And then there's those ridiculous things in it too when you go on the comedy aspect. Like at the one point where, like, oh, you need something to do. Oh, we'll just, what do you want us to do? Just give him a gun. And Rebel Wilson shows up. She's like, oh, and here's your pistol. Right? She's like, no, don't give a child a pistol. Like,
right. This is officially the most I've ever liked Rebel Wilson in a movie. Because her weird sense of humor and delivering
worked for it.
Was perfect for
but she wasn't over like,
she wasn't Fat Amy.
Yeah,
that was the difference,
wasn't
right?
overacting in her scenes.
Yes.
It was just she delivered her line and it moved on.
Yes.
Right? So her pacing was good in that, right?
Yeah.
And Sam Rockwell was amazing.
He was fantastic.
This year's just a concept with all the feathers and the makeup.
He's in sequins and like tassels and everything. It's amazing. Highly recommend this movie.
Yeah, it was great.
And you have to listen to it all the way. There's just banter back and forth, and the ridiculous things that they say, and it's all about, the whole story is about making up your mind and learning and making up your opinion about something in your own way.
Yeah.
And not being told what you should or shouldn't believe is something that you need to learn for it yourself. And
life is a gift, right?
Life is a gift, exactly. And that we dance when we're free, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really beautiful message for that concept. I mean, you think that it is an interesting thing that dancing is not really even common anymore. And
well, it's amazing how awkward it looked too, right? And how weird it looked.
Yeah. And, but it was just like, it's that freedom of caring what people think about you and worrying about judgment.
Yeah.
And all of that, and that's freedom there, right? And we live in a world now, especially with social media, where we do care about what people think about us.
Well, because suddenly a phone might come out and we're plastered and we're...
Yeah, and we worried so much about the judgment of other people, and freedom is freedom from judgment of things, and oppression, of course, too, right? But there was so many levels of message, and it was an interesting take, because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's sad, it's the Holocaust, and it was horrible, the Nazis were horrible, but to have a different story, to have a different perspective, and have you learn the same message in a different way was just really impressive.
I think that's what was good about the writing behind it, was that it just conveyed that message so meaningful.
Yeah.
So
highly recommend that.
Yeah, I was not sad at all. From like, it wasn't one of those ones where you're like,
it's not a war movie or something,
Well, no, but I sometimes you get anticipate a movie and then you go see it and you're like, well, shit, that wasn't
worth what. Yeah, right? It was. Yeah,
I was happy with it. It turned out to be a good movie all around, right?
I laughed more than I thought I would laugh. Like, I didn't realize it was going to be so much comedy. So that was actually...
but What We Do in Shadows, right?
Yeah, but now I think about it, it's like, oh, well, no, duh, right?
He did a great, weird to say, great job as Hitler.
And this is... You know what? He was an awesome satire of Hitler, all the ridiculousness, because the things he would say would be stuff that you would assume Hitler would have said, but he says it with this weird smile on his face. And it was just so funny.
He did a great job of making fun of everything about being a Nazi. And that's, as I say, it's so socially relevant right now.
Right. So there you go. And last movie, Mike?
We got to check out Parasite. So the winner of the Oscar, winner of the foreign Oscar, and Oscars. The main Oscar. This is one that I was curious about checking out, but it never even came near us. So, or if it did, I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
But
we figured it. I mean, you wanted to see it anyway, but after winning all those awards, it was like, well, we have to see it and see if it was disturbing.
Yeah, it was on demand before it won the Oscars. I wanted to see it, but it was like a 2-hour movie. Yeah. And right now, 2-hour movies
are really different. Well, we ended up watching it in the middle of the day. We're like, kiddo, you're up in your room playing? Sure, we're going to put this on.
Yep. Yeah, we
we just went for it.
Yeah. So it's a slow burn, but the payoff is worth it.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I can say for it, is that I can see why it has the accolades.
Yes.
It is so well acted and so well put together. And it is, what happens in the movie is another socially relevant thing.
Very much so. And in every culture too.
Yeah. And it just really gets you thinking at the end of how it is. And it was another one where I didn't see how it was going to go.
Well, I didn't know what the story was about. I didn't understand the name. I didn't know what was going on with it, right? And I think I really loved how the story developed. And yeah, we didn't know what path it was going to take. And then there was multiple times where we're like, really? Okay, is it going to end with that? Or, oh, wait, no, it's going to go on this turn and it's going to do this. And how are they going to get out of this?
Yeah.
And I liked that I couldn't tell. And when it ended, I would never have been able to assume that's how it would have ended.
Right. That was the thing that was kind of nifty about it, was that it was a different way of the end was different from what it felt like. And it is considered a horror movie in some ways, but it's more of a thriller.
Yeah.
So if
Kiddo was asking me, and he's like, so how'd you raise your horror movie? I was like, wouldn't call it a horror movie.
Yeah, it's more of a dramatic thriller.
Yeah, that's what
so that might help any expectations aside.
Yeah, there was multiple times where I was all suspenseful, and it wasn't anything scary, but it was just enough to be like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. It's great. Like, the acting in it is fantastic, and the story is just it deserved that Oscar, and for how the film was set up.
Yeah.
And how it was just put together. And the whole message is about the class system.
Yeah.
And the way rich and the poor and how they interact. And it was
worth it. I'm glad we got to watch it.
Yeah.
And because I had that moment where I'm like, okay, well, I'll just kind of do some stuff in the background. Then immediately, obviously with subtitles, it's hard to do stuff in the background. But I thought I would just have to kind of half pay attention. But I was drawn in right away. It was slow, but I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. It had that mystery about it and how it was all going to piece together, right?
And you know what? I think I was a little concerned that it might be a little too much of a culture shock feel, but I can see why it got the best picture one, because it didn't feel like I wouldn't understand it being in a different culture. Like, there wasn't enough of it for me to feel like I couldn't think of it over here or something, right? At all. It was relevant, as I say, in every culture.
Yeah.
And I think that really helped it. It wasn't specific.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was totally recommend watching Parasite. So then in our little review here, Parasite, Jojo Rabbit, and Even Ready or Not, those are the ones that we really got a kick out of.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see, we didn't want to spoil them for you, which is like a rare occurrence for us.
Right.
So please go and watch them.
We don't want to spoil those ear holes. So yeah, it's hard to not spoil it without kind of ruining it, especially for Parasite, because of the slow burn of it. Like,
yeah, because you have to see it develop. You have to see it unravel,
unravel.
Yeah. I don't know, something of that. I'm trying to think of the word. Developed. I really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, whoa, this is happening. So I'm happy. Go see it. Go watch it. If you already,
it's on demand.
Let us know.
It's on demand. Same with Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit is hilarious.
All
like, I would watch Jojo Rabbit again.
Yeah,
no problem.
It's got a good message in there.
Yeah,
and I'm curious to see what he'll do next for his movies. Mm-hmm. So I know he's in Free Guy, but he's just acting in that one. So we'll see. So
Mike, we've reviewed all of our movies we've watched so far. Looking forward to new ones. So what's going on next week's episode? Next week is going to be a bit of a deviant from our usual... Deviant? Well, it's not deviant. It's not bad deviant. No, I like Diversion, I guess. I know, I liked it. I'm surprised. What's going on? It's going to be more focused. It's going to be all about My Hero Academia. Oh, yes! Because we got to get tickets to go see Heroes Rising. And we have watched 2 Heroes, and me and Kiddo were blasting through the series, so we're going to be talking about that. That'll be fun. My Hero Academia Heroes Rising is coming to theaters next week. Yeah, we actually get to go see it not too far from here. Yeah. And English too. Which is cool. They offered English subtitles as well. So it'll be exciting. I wasn't going to go originally with you guys, but... She got sucked into the world. Sucked into it, and I'm glad. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So there you have it. So My Hero. Stay rad, dudes. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Want more rad content? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. And remember, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.